Hey, how's it going, everyone? So we just got the patch notes for the next update, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty massive one. There's quite a lot of stuff on its way. By the way, I think this update is going to hit in just about a week. That's how they've done it in the past. They typically release the patch notes around 1 week before the actual update hits the game. So first of all, we're finally getting guild daily quests. This is great. We're going to actually have something to do in guilds instead of just share heroes. They said that guild currency was too rare and more guild activities were needed. So there's going to be a different guild quest each day, and you can earn guild currency from that. Basically, it's going to be, like for example, use mashup energy. And then the more of that energy that you use as a total for your entire guild will determine how much guild currency you get. So the more energy you use would equal more guild currency for your whole guild as a total. It'll probably be something like that with just different things to do each day. We'll also be able to favorite our heroes, so we can mark them as a favorite, and they'll appear at the top line. That'll make farming much more efficient. We're also getting an event preview, so we can see what events are on their way. They'll probably just be next to the other event. That's going to be like an actual in-game thing, and we can also see the requirements for those events. We can kind of prepare ahead of time. So now, upcoming events and minifigures. Next up will be Scarlet the Buccaneer. She's going to be an unboxed event, so as long as you're like level 25 to 30, you'll get this character at 2 stars just by playing through the event, no big deal. The event itself won't be that difficult, but if you want her higher than 2 stars, you are going to have to spend a lot of gems, and then she'll become farmable down the line. Then the Yeti Brick Pace event will make its debut for the global launch players. This event first ran back around Christmas time, so it's been a while, and he's actually a really good character for new players, really helpful in Glyph Hunt, so he's going to be a nice one to get. And then after that, Hank the Castaway will be an unboxed event as well. I think between those two, Scarlet is going to have the better overall viability. She will taunt whenever any ally falls below 50% health, which I think is going to work in just about any team. Hank is really going to be dependent on the enemies having debuffs, which is really what Buccaneers do best. So he's going to probably be specific to a Pirate Buccaneer team, and Scarlet will probably fit in there as well. The team will probably be Redbeard, Bart, Argenta, Scarlet, and Hank. And then following that will be a new Brick Pace event, unveiling 2 new Imperial minifigures together, which is a first, the Governor Tierney and his daughter Lee Tierney. So we're really going to have 2 main pirate factions, Buccaneers and Imperials. Personally, I think the Buccaneers will be better, but we haven't even seen the Imperials kits, so that is still to be determined. We're also going to be getting new sets, 4 new sets. They don't mention a Ninjago set here, so this might be something separate, but these 4 are going to be playable with the Brickspeditions in the next update. So Brickspeditions are coming in the next update, and one of the devs also mentioned somewhere else, I think it was just in the community chat, that they hope to have this update out much quicker than this one, which took about a month and a half to get out, so I'd guess less than a month. So hopefully by the end of April we will have Brickspeditions. And they also said, but wait for it, since sets are long to get and have a deep impact on the meta, you'll already be able to study them in the neighborhoods. So just like how we can kind of look at the Ice Glider or whatever if we haven't unlocked it, it'll be the same with these 4 as well. And these are, first of all, the Fire Station, which says the Fire Station rewards your party for courageous behavior. So that'll probably work well with the Courage buff, which is mainly for Officer Primo and Firefighter Ash. So city teams might be getting a bit of a boost, and also I think Princess Storm uses Courage as well. Then we're also getting Magisto's Tower, and it mentions buffs and defense a couple times, so maybe it'll get some defensive buffs. And then Eldorado Fortress, which is going to work with Imperials. It's a fortress on the high seas. Yeah, it doesn't give us too much insight there as to what the set will actually do. And then finally, Ice Station Odyssey, an orbital space station that buffs your astronauts and make enemies lightheaded, so maybe dizzy. That would make sense because Commander Cold has a lot of dizzy synergy, and he is part of Ice Station Odyssey. I mean, that was the set he was from in the actual LEGO universe, and also Commander Cold actually mentions this set in his kit already, and I think those 2 paired together will make Commander Cold immune to stun, dizzy and disarmed or something like that. It'll make him pretty powerful. Honestly, don't sleep on Commander Cold. I think he has huge amounts of potential. Kelvin, on the other hand, not so much, but Cold has potential. And then they also mentioned that new achievements are coming as well to get some extra Magisto tiles. That would be great because I would like to be able to take mine to 5 stars to actually use in the Primo event, so I don't have to keep farming Brutus. That would be fantastic. Then we go to Reworks and Balance, starting with the Ninjago Reworks. There is a lot of information packed into this PDF file with all the info about their reworks. Basically, the biggest things to note is that Kai's ultimate is now going to be insanely powerful. Lloyd got a bit of a nerf, Nia might be viable, and Master Wu's kit got completely reworked, and he also got an ultimate ability as well. I'm going to go in depth on all the Ninjago changes in a separate video, but for now let's just keep going with the other changes. Dodge retake, this is massively important. Even if we already reduced the dodge stat in the past, which they did before global launch, I think it was like back in early November actually when they first nerfed that. We agree that some heroes still dodge more than we'd like, so the dodge stat itself has been reduced for Brutus, Burnibus, Jester, Lloyd, Magisto, and Willa. I'm not really sure if all those Castle characters needed it, but I'll take it. A nice nerf to Castle is appreciated since they're pretty dominant right now. I'm really happy to see Lloyd finally get that much needed dodge nerf, and then also the dodge up values were decreased for the dodge up buffs themselves, which is really worth noting. Dodge up 1 has been changed to 10%, and dodge up 2 to 15%. Originally it was 20 and 30%, so that is going to help a lot. And then also there was a lot of mission reorders, so characters were moved around. I'm fine with most of these except Jester was removed from Monolith Waste 3.7, and he has been replaced by Chef. I really wish they just moved Jester to a different Monolith node, like maybe even in Monolith 2 or somewhere else in Monolith 3, because it was nice to have access to such a powerful character early on, and now he's going to only have one Piptown United node in Piptown 3, which is still somewhat accessible, but it's only one hard node, so he's going to be a real pain to farm. He might be the hardest farm in the game now, because even characters like Highwayman have 2 hard nodes, which are like 20 energy nodes, and you do get a lot of free energy each day. So Jester might actually become the most difficult farm in the game, which is unfortunate for newer players because the Jester Burnibus Magisto combo was pretty accessible early on and really powerful even at the end game. I think Pirates might become a definitive first team to go for now. They also adjusted the mashup shop by removing the brick separator and adding the 4 starter sets. Once you hit certain levels, that's fine. Another way to get those sets, probably not the smartest way to go though, because like Zane and Bart are much more important than the Lighthouse point set. And then we have a bunch of bug fixes as well. So other than Jester being removed from Monolith 3.7, I like pretty much everything here. Of course, I love the Ninjago reworks and changes because I've been farming them for a while. I almost have all of them at 7 stars, and hopefully I will be ready for the Master Wu event, who I assume is going to be a Master event. By the way, Jay has been confirmed. He was mentioned in Nia's kit, so I assume he's going to be the brick paste character. I'm really interested to see his kit and how good he's going to be, because I think he could fit really well into this team. But honestly, I do think that Ninjago is going to become meta after they get their reworks and Master Wu and Jay become accessible. I've been hoping that this would happen for months now, and I'm glad that it's finally here. I think Pirates will be a very viable team, but Scarlet and Hank aren't going to be farmable for a while. Imperials might be decent, but there isn't a full team of 5 yet, only 4. And then it's going to also be interesting to see how Castle works with this new set, and maybe, possibly, if City could become viable with the fire station. Although it's interesting that they didn't mention Officer Primo anywhere here. I would expect them to say when he was returning. So maybe it'll still be a couple months before he comes back, which I'm fine with because I'm still trying to get Burnibus up to 5 stars. I just got 4 for him. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. A new video will be out very, very soon going in depth on the Ninjago reworks because it's pretty complicated and there's a lot of info packed into that PDF. So that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching.